Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be breaking down and reviewing the 4th episode of The Bad Batch Season 3 titled A Different Approach. This episode was very good, and I'm going to explain to you all of the deeper themes and elements to this episode because I feel like a lot of it can kind of go over your head, and there's a lot of stuff going on here, especially with our characters Crosshair and Omega and what this is going to lead to in the future episodes, maybe even the finale. So let's break this down really quick, and then I'm going to give my thoughts. But before that, somehow we are at 900 subs. That means we are so close to 1,000, and over 90% of you who watch these videos aren't even subscribed. So if you like this video, it would mean a lot to me if you hit subscribe and like, and yeah, let's just get into this video right away. So this episode opens up with Omega and Crosshair crash landing on a planet after escaping Tantus. Immediately after crashing, Omega is saying, we have to go back, we have to rescue all the other clones in Nala Se. Crosshair being Crosshair obviously wants nothing to do with Tantus anymore and wants to lay low, but you can kind of see the breaking in the armor here. And what I mean by that is you can kind of see how Crosshair is slowly changing to be the person he once was. This Crosshair is now seen through the lies of the Empire and is helping Omega, helped her escape Tantus, and now is kind of looking after her. Oh, and of course we can't forget Batcher's with them as well. We see Hemlock interrogate Nala Se, letting her know that her future is not certain and they might not even need her anymore after retrieving the blood with the midichlorians from Omega in the last episode. I think one of the main things Omega wants to do is to go back to Tantus just to rescue Nala Se because, well, she protected her for so long by disposing of her blood sample. In this rundown town, similar to kind of a mix between Coruscant's underground city and Tatooine, we see Omega needs credits to get off of this planet. And to do this, she starts gambling. And while we don't officially get confirmation that Omega is force sensitive, it seems more and more likely the more time we spend with her. She's just naturally talented with a lot of different things, and especially speech. She's able to get her way and use her skills to her advantage, and we know that her blood has midichlorians, so it's very likely that she is force sensitive. An Imperial captain walks in and challenges Omega to a game in which Omega ultimately wins, winning thousands and thousands of credits, enough to get them off of this planet. But the problem is gambling is illegal here, so the captain charges them money so they don't get arrested. I thought this captain character was really intriguing, to be honest. Very sinister, very evil. I love the voice, but not only does this captain take Omega's credits back that he rightfully lost, they also take Batcher. They have to pay even more credits to find that information out, and on one hand, Crosshair wants to leave, saying, forget Batcher, we need to get out of here, while Omega says, no, he saved our lives, we need to help him now. And reluctantly, but eventually, Crosshair agrees. This is something that would be normally so out of character for Crosshair, being an Imperial clone, but now that he's kind of betrayed the Empire, sees how bad they are, and has joined Omega, maybe he realizes, okay, this girl's onto something, but he's not fully given in yet. They get to this cargo ship where hundreds of creatures are being held by this Imperial captain who also has Batcher. The captain knew all along that Omega and Crosshair were the wanted fugitives from the Empire and used Batcher to get to them. A massive fight breaks out, and I have to point out how great the Phase 1 Stormtrooper outfits look. They're just mwah, chef's kiss. The captain ends up getting taken out by this Sarlacc tentacle monster, maybe even the Rathtars from Force Awakens, and eventually Crosshair and Omega escape on that cruiser. Omega wants to look for Hunter and Wrecker, but Crosshair says it's been months since you've seen them last. There's no chance that they're even alive. But once again, Omega is that ray of hope, that ray of light for not only Crosshair, but just the show in general, that provides the main message of what Star Wars has always been about, and that is hope. And I expected the episodes with Crosshair and Omega to be more than just one. I think we have 15-ish episodes in this series, and I thought they were going to drag that out and the reunion be way later down the line. But we actually get the reunion here, so where is this show going to go? We get a heartfelt reunion between Wrecker and Omega, making me think that he might not make it out of this season, and it honestly got me a little emotional. It's crazy. I mean, this season has done so much for these characters already in the 4 episodes, but you have to admit, having 2 seasons full of these characters gives you an emotional attachment as well. It's just amplified here, and it feels like a finale. I said this in the first 3 episodes. This feels like the last mission. This feels like that's it for the Bad Batch. Omega reunites with Hunter as well, and then they wonder how she got here. We leave this episode on a giant cliffhanger with the return of Crosshair to Hunter and Wrecker, the former brother of Clone Force 99, coming back, realizing what he did was wrong, but there's still some kind of uneasiness to this. I do have to point out as well, the music in this episode is once again top tier. It's just so incredible. The themes gets you in the feels, makes you worried for things. It's just I couldn't ask for better music. But overall, I thought this was a super solid episode, even though it was about only 24 minutes long, which I do feel like is kind of the sweet spot for the Star Wars animation shows. I think this one knocked it out of the park in terms of theme as well. We're seeing Crosshair slowly turn into a redemptive character, which also at the same time gets me worried for his character, because characters like this normally don't make it out and go out in a sacrifice. But at the same time, they have me thinking Wrecker is going to do the same thing. I'm just really intrigued as to where this season is going to go. We know Ventress is returning. We know we're going to see more clones. There's so many things that can happen. I mean, we even have Cad Bane. But more important than that is just how these characters are going to develop even more towards the end. I would love to find out that Omega doesn't just have midichlorians in her DNA, but she's also Force sensitive. We also can't forget about the clone children, the little Boba Fetts that are in the ship with Hunter and Wrecker. This is a great 4th episode because I am just so excited for the future of these characters, and they're going in a different way where I thought we were going to have a couple episodes drag along with Crosshair and Omega and Hunter and Wrecker, but they've reunited right now. So guys, leave your comments down below. I read every single one. I most likely will respond. And again, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000 subs. I can't even believe I'm saying that. And I will see you all very, very soon.